Today is motivation, so a great topic for midweek, get you over the midweek slump if anyone's feeling that. So we're talking about motivation in your trading, for trading, and how it's natural for it to dip, and then how you can actually build it and get it back on track if it has dipped. So I'm going to jump into it. So motivation in trading, like we say, it can take a knock when you have a run of losses or things are going against you. It's natural that your motivation can dip a bit. And we know also that to be successful in trading, there's a lot of work that goes on around trading. So you're reviewing your trades, you're testing your strategy, you're doing all of that stuff, you're attending webinars to make sure that you can hit the performance that you want to hit. So it takes a lot of work, and it's natural that motivation can dip sometimes. But if you're really clear on your trading why, that can help you to actually reconnect with your source of motivation for trading. And then I'm also going to talk about just a couple of quick tips that you can use to build your motivation back up. But let's talk about your trading why. So your trading why is basically the reason why you're trading. Obviously, that speaks for itself. But if you sit down and think about this and do this as a kind of formal exercise where you actually give yourself some space and time to reflect on this, and maybe your reason for trading now is different to what it was when you set out. So, of course, I can hear everybody thinking that, well, I'm trading to make money. But what is it that you want to actually use that money for? So is it that you want to buy a new house? Is it that you want to provide college education for your kids? Or is it a number of different things? So actually connecting with that why can help remind you, what it is that you're putting the effort in for. But another part of that is to understand that there's actually a difference between the motivation that is for kind of extrinsic rewards, external rewards. So that would be the things that you would buy with the money. So the end result of your trading. So buying the house, buying the Ferrari, paying for the college education for your kids. That's all extrinsic motivation. Another example of that would be something like if you were trading to, look good in the eyes of other people. And that can be an aspect of it. There's no judgment on that. But that's an extrinsic type of motivation. And that's all really good to have. It's useful to know that they are reasons why you're trading. But it's even more effective in terms of helping you stay motivated if you can connect with the intrinsic reasons why you trade. And they're the more internal factors, that things that are just for the joy of it. So let's say you have a passion for trading, you love reading the charts, and you feel a real sense of mastery when you get it right. That would be an intrinsic reason for trading. So if you want to actually turn this into a strategy that you can use to boost your motivation anytime it dips, I'd suggest that you take a few minutes and sit down and actually think about both the intrinsic factors and reasons why you trade and the extrinsic factors. And then you can actually crystallize that by creating a kind of visual spread of that. So maybe on a Pinterest board, or maybe it's just something you put together with photos or whatever it is, but finding some visual way to reinforce the reasons why you trade, and then putting that up somewhere where you're going to see it every day when you're trading. And then that keeps you on the straight and narrow, and it reminds you of why you're actually putting in all the effort. But let's say that that's not enough. So I'm definitely recommending you do that if you haven't already. But if that's not enough, and if you need a few other ways to actually boost your motivation when you're finding it's dipped, then 3 quick tips for that. So the first one is, when your motivation dips, just like we spoke about for confidence last week, the quickest way to get you back on track is to actually find some sort of goal that helps you feel accomplished again. So make your goals really simple, bring it back to the simple things that you can do well, and give yourself an experience of success. So if you can actually feel accomplished, that's going to boost your motivation right back up. The second tip then is also to connect with other traders, and no better place to do that than the chat room or the pre-market show. So connecting with people who maybe have gone through the challenges that you're going through, and maybe they can advise you on different ways that they overcame those challenges. So that's a great way to connect, especially if you're experiencing particular challenges in a specific area. But you might also want to connect in terms of having an accountability buddy. So maybe you pair up with someone and you share your trades regardless of whether they go well or they don't go well, and you hold each other accountable. So that would be a good way to boost motivation. And then the third way to do it is to take the control of your trading and feel that sense of autonomy. And what I mean by that is try and pull yourself right back to your strategy and your method of trading and what works for you. So it's really useful to connect and hear ideas and, see what other people are doing. But it's very important that you're able to also discern which of that information is relevant to you and which is, just extra that you don't need to actually pull into your own process. So the more that you can be focused on what works for you, how you trade, and what your own strategy is, the more that you'll also boost your motivation. Sometimes we can get lost in listening to everything that's going on and not discerning which pieces are important for us. So if you can do those three things, so accomplishing something or seeing yourself accomplish something, connecting with other traders, and then also making sure that you're doing what works for you. There are three quick tips to help you boost your motivation.
I'm on mute. I got to fix that. Thank you, Créde. As always, it's great advice to take. And like I mentioned, I'm still leveraging all of your lessons, and I know you're big on affirmations, which I use every day. That's what helps me stay motivated and focused on what I'm trying to accomplish. So anyway, some great advice. And guys, if you want to see more of Créde, she's got her own sort of list of videos, on our YouTube channel. Plus, she has a series of videos that she posts into the Bear Bulls Traders Education Center, and she'll be doing one, I think, next week. Créde, I was saying that you're going to be with us. So
it might actually be the week after. Just need to check.
Is it the week after?
I think there may have been a schedule shift, but I'm going to double check that, so I don't want to say for sure.
Okay. It could be the week after then. All right. Either way, you're going to be with us in a few weeks. So thank you so much for being here in the mornings, and thank you for the evening webinars. Have a great rest of your week.
See you, Peter. You too.